Hi, I'm Diana, and this is Shannon, and we're Pretired. We started this blog because 4 years ago, we were working 60 hours a week, we were chained to our business, and we had no flexibility or freedom. So we decided that what we built, we could tear down and rebuild, and now we're here to say we're living our dream. We have flexibility and freedom. We're traveling with our families for 4 months at a time in the winters, and we're doing this while we continue to run our own two businesses. So we wanted to share this journey with you. Thank you. Today we're continuing our talk about the 5 fears that people have when working from anywhere. And today's fear is, if I'm not physically present, my clients will leave me. And actually this one really scared me. Truthfully, it still does. It's hard to know how your client's going to react when you tell them that you're leaving the country. If you're lucky, they love your business and in all likelihood love you, but it's you is what they might not want to give up. And what we would just like to say here as well is that this is new. This is new territory, and that's why we wanted to cover it off. This isn't how people usually do business. So
yeah, so it's a bit of pioneering and feeling your way through, but we've done it once, so hopefully we can give you a couple of pointers here. The first thing, and I think we say this almost every single time we have a blog post, but the first thing to do is do an 80-20 analysis before you start worrying about what any client will think. That's because we found, anyway, that the highest maintenance clients with the lowest value to your business are actually the ones that are going to yell the most about this. So if they weren't your highest priority in the first place, then don't worry about them so much. Maybe if they fall off, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. So once you've weeded those people out and you know exactly who you're actually going to worry about, then you can start to ensure that the ones that you do really care about won't leave you when you go away for a while, and that they actually really see this as a positive development for your business relationship, which they really can. So we found that there are actually 5 key steps to making this work, or at least what worked for us. So the first one was in the months, and I'm not talking weeks, but months before you leave. Build up that relationship so that it's really never been stronger. Go the extra mile. Create that additional value. Really become a linchpin, as Seth Godin would say, and make your company invaluable before you make that location independent change. That's key. Second is you need to wean them. You know, Diana talked about how they probably really love you. Well, not being tied to your business 24/7 also really means not being tied to your clients. So that means that you need to probably rely on the help of someone else at least some of the time while you're away to maintain that relationship. And the client obviously needs to be prepared in advance for that. It's much like when you bring in a new caregiver for your child. You need to introduce the new person slowly, make sure that their value is shown to the client over time, and that they really get a chance to develop their own relationship with that client and earn the trust of that client. So by the time you make the change, by the time you do that location independent change, your client then knows and really feels secure in the fact that they can turn to that other team member if you are not there to get the same job done either the same way or possibly even better. So all of that said, though, I think there's also a lot that you can do to keep yourself accessible, and you really have to take this into account with time zones. So consider your time zones and make sure that at least somewhat you are available during some of the hours that your clients are working so that you can work that in so that you are still in front of them.
yeah, I remember one of our clients actually saw that as a good thing, Shan. Yeah. When we told them, was when I was going to Australia, and he actually said that, well, so what you're saying then is that I'm going to have 24-hour coverage with your team. And we loved it. I mean, that was a great way of looking at it. One of the other things is to use technology like Skype so that they can actually see you instead of just hearing your voice when you call them. The fourth point is to be open with them. That's key with anything in life, just to be open and honest about what you're doing. But tell your clients why you're doing it, what you're doing, and how. Also communicate with them the processes that you've put in place to ensure that they won't be affected by the change. And hopefully they'll just be really excited and supportive over time. Maybe they'll want to learn more about Pretirement from you. And then the fifth, which is amazing, and we found this, which was, I shouldn't have been a surprise to us, but it was, is that you get better at what you do by traveling. I mean, when you've traveled and you see you get out of your comfort zone, you see that there's some really creative things that are going on in other parts of the world, or you come up with new ideas just because you're seeing things differently. So you're actually more energized, you're doing things differently, and you're bringing more creativity to it. So again, if you'd like any specific examples on anything we've covered, we'd be more than happy to share them with you. And you can just leave us a comment below, and then we'll get back to you. So thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.